Well, Rosestone, I don't know exactly what's going on up there, but clearly there's a lot happening up at the Valley of the Hidden Dinosaur, and I haven't even gotten there to find out what it is, and already everything is about to change. I can't believe this, guys. 2 years of our adventures together here in the beautiful, beautiful island of Jorvik, and we still haven't managed to get ourselves up into the Valley of the Hidden Dinosaur. My map is unexplored, the mysteries are still there, and now apparently a lot is getting ready to change. So with that in mind, I felt like this week's update with the brand new Fjord Horses is the perfect opportunity to introduce ourselves to a new member of the family. So that's right, we are here checking out the brand new Fjord Horses that have finally come to Star Stable. They are one of the new updated models that they have been adding in, and I have to say they look really amazing, especially when you compare them even to just a few of the older models standing right next to them. You can see the animations just have so much care to them. Their movements are so smooth, and the detail on them. I mean, look at how beautiful these coats are. I am so in love with this. I love the dorsal stripe down their back too. Isn't that amazing? Look at that. That is one of the most distinctive features about these horses too, is that stripe that runs down their back. And here they are. They're just so lovely. I know so many of you guys were really looking forward to it, and we're so excited to see them. And they're so beautiful. Oh, I know you've all had a day to get used to them. They're still brand new to me though. So here we are. So, all right, yes, brand new fjords. Apparently the old ones have been retired. So if you happen to have an older fjord, I would love to hear about what you have done with them, what your favorite model was, what you think about them. And if you have picked out one of these new ones, I would love to know which ones you have picked, because I have to admit, I wasn't sure if I was ready to bring another companion into my stables. I already have so many horses to take care of, and some of them I kind of forget to bring out at the right missions. You guys pointed out I ever promise, that she would be able to have a chance to come and join us for all of the gardening in Silverglade Village, and what did I do? I went and had Rosestone join me for quite a bit, which I'm sure she enjoyed. Thistledown more than anybody though, because this silly little bunny got to eat plenty of grapes when we were in the Silverglade Manor vineyards. But we really do need a special companion for each type of mission. So don't worry, Ever Promise will be coming back out. And when I realized how cool it was to be able to have each of my horses have different personalities and different things that they really love to do, I realized I needed the right companion for when we do manage to get up to the Valley of the Hidden Dinosaur, especially because a lot of my other horses are going to be a bit more warm-blooded and not be able to move as quickly in the cold temperatures, which I totally understand because I'm not a fan of cold either. So here we go. These are the new premiums. I'm so in love with one of them in particular, but I haven't looked over all of them just yet. I'm standing in Valdel Village, right across from the beautiful Silversong River, right below the mysteries of the Valley of the Hidden Dinosaur, and I can't help but feel the perfect companion to share the adventures of whatever that realm has to offer is definitely one of the horses who has actually come from up there. So these guys seem to have a bit of knowledge in their eyes of what it takes to survive in that colder area, and I want to pick one out, and I'm really, really nervous and excited about that because it's a big deal to get another horse and add yet another member into the stable, but I just feel like it's the right thing to do, even if we haven't quite managed to get up to the Valley of the Hidden Dinosaur yet. So without further ado, let's look each option over really carefully. And I want to be really careful about choosing a new companion. It's a big deal for me. It's not about collecting horses or having all of the different types. It's about being able to find a companion, a friend, to be able to share so many of the future adventures. So in the efforts to learn a little bit more about each of the Fjord horses and maybe some of the quirks that they might have, I was reading through some of these really cool facts about them. And I have to say, I'm so interested now to learn more about their history, because these are some really fantastic horses that are small in size, but they have like the power, kind of the muscles of a draft horse. And I loved the way that the description here, the information I am learning about my potential new companion, also mentioned that they're one of the oldest horse breeds in the world, which is really interesting to me because I will admit, at a quick glance, they did remind me of the last wild horse breed, the entirely wild horse, no domestication mixed in whatsoever. in Asia who are also small and stocky and have one color gene, kind of like these guys do. And there are actually 3 colors of the fjord right now, and I think that's important to note if you are trying to pick one, is that often after a new horse releases, there's a lot of excitement in the first week. We're also excited to see new options come in, new companions that you could choose. But within the coming weeks, usually like 1 week after a new horse arrives, there's usually more variations that show up. So just remember that if you are trying to save up those star coins, because it is 850 star coins, which is quite a bit for many of us. I'm running really low lately. But it is 850 star coins, so you want to make sure you get the right variation or just the one that seems to leap out to you. And so far, between these 2 here in Valdale and the one in Fort Pienta, I have a favorite. And I'm going to see if you guys can guess which one is my favorite before I actually pick it out. But I want to give all 3 of them a fair look over. So I have to admit, this one's dorsal stripe is so much cooler in person than I thought it would be, especially because you would always be seeing it while you were riding the horse, and it goes all the way up the mane, which is really cool, and down into the tail. And apparently the weird patterning, I thought it was kind of weird and kind of artistic at first with the tail and with the front. There we go. With the front forelocks, I think they're called. Like the bangs of the horse, basically. And correct me if I'm wrong. I've learned so much cool horse terminology and phrasing from you guys. You really know your stuff. I'm so envious. There's nowhere to ride horses where I live, so I haven't been on one in many years. But with the front bangs, I actually thought that was kind of like an art style, but from what I read, it actually is part of the breed. And these horses probably won't actually be displayed in a lot of different colors. Normally, I would hold off longer on picking a horse because so many different variations do show up after we actually have the first week's release. But these ones all will have the dilution. But these ones are all going to have the dun dilution gene. So it sounds like all of the base coats are going to be sort of similar, like bay, black, and chestnut. So this will be like the dun right over here, or the bay, I should say, right over here. And I really, really, really love this color, actually. This is very enchanting to me. I love the golden look and sort of warm glow. There's something really soothing, kind of like the glimmer of gold in the snow about this horse to me. I will say the dorsal stripes, though, are really, really, really cool. Oh, look! She's got the same hair and the same outfit. I had a twain behind me for like a split second. That was so cool. But we also have a cool dorsal stripe down this horse's back that is actually really beginning to be more appealing to me the longer I look at it. So that's kind of amazing. And then there's one more horse that I do want to check out before we make our final decision. So let's pop over to Fort Pienta real fast. All right, here we are in Fort Pienta looking over the 3rd and final one of the new premium fjords, and I have to say this one's really cool too. There's definitely a lot of color going on here, and I have to say the whole mane, like everything about this horse, kind of reminds me of a banana split or like an ice cream sundae. The way that you've got all of the colors mixed together, it sort of looks like chocolate syrup and cream, or chocolate syrup and vanilla ice cream mixed together to me. So I could just imagine, oh, and there's that beautiful dorsal stripe again. I really, really love the backing on these horses too. I just, there's nothing else really like it on any of the other horses that we have that I can think of off the top of my head. I've got spotty butt horses. I've got horses with plenty of beautiful rumps, but I don't really think I have a horse that has a dorsal stripe down its back. So this is making my decision so much harder. But a horse that is this color definitely seems like it might have a very sweet personality, and it makes me think so much about having ice cream cones. I don't know why. This is just like leaping out at me as an ice cream cone horse. And it is important to note that these horses do tolerate the cold, which is really what we're going for in trying to pick one, because I want the right companion for our adventures up in the Valley of the Hidden Dinosaur. I do think we have a couple other cold tolerant horses, but having some that are supposedly literally from the Valley of the Hidden Dinosaur, I like the idea that there might be something going on that had to get all of them out of the way, that had to make room. They had to make sure that they just were not involved in whatever shenanigans are going on up there. So maybe they have some inside knowledge on how to explore the area properly. That's one of the big reasons I want to pick out one of these beautiful fjords. And it's also worth noting on the legs, like look at these legs down here. Again, it kind of looks like this horse stepped in a ice cream sundae, which I think is really, really adorable. But if you look down at the legs and the way that the striping, oh, there we go. Oh, it's like almost tiger stripes down here. I've not seen that really on any other animal that we have in Star Stable. These legs are really, really something special. Oh my gosh, those are quite pretty. So yeah, we don't really have, to my knowledge, this kind of striping, this kind of coloring on the different horses that we have other variations of. So it's making it much harder to make my final decision that my heart leapt out for. But in a lot of people I saw commenting on the way these horses are colored. But if you go down and you actually read through their description and you read a little bit more about them, you can see that they have those kinds of primitive markings. Most striking are their distinctive primitive markings, a dark dorsal stripe in the mane and tail, as well as stripes on the legs and withers. So that's why they've got those kinds of stripes and the coloring. I think it's just part of what makes the fjords such an interesting horse breed and so unique and different from all of the other horse breeds. Oh my gosh, and they're all so beautiful. And now my final decision is actually going to be a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. But I think Rosestone has gotten along well with all of them, which raises the question, I finally may have a horse who will be able to bond with all the baby seals that I have in my stable from a year or so ago when there was an iceberg and I got a ton of baby seals. Long story. By the way, we will be addressing the fact that there are now rescue seagulls in a future adventure. Don't worry, I am well aware. There's some new pets to be able to adopt. But today is going to be all about picking out a new member and seeing how life goes and seeing how they move. So, all right, I'm going to have to make my final decision. All right, I'm ready to make my final decision, and I feel really good about this. The other reason, other than the fact that the Valley of the Hidden Dinosaur has kind of been a big goal of mine for so long, that I really wanted one of these fjord horses is because one of them did immediately leap out when I kind of met eyes with it, and that's when you know that it's a good time to add a new horse into your stable. And the one that I pick is actually this one right here. The one that looks like gold glinting on a beautiful morning of fresh fallen snow. I just cannot resist. There is something about this particular horse that just keeps calling to me, and I'm not exactly sure what it is. I just know that there's just a connection immediately that I really like, and I'm hoping this will be the right companion to take with me. Look at the detail up close on that beautiful, he just looks so soft, like you could just pet his jaw, you could run your hands down his neck and he would be nice and warm, but he seems like the companion that I should have for when it is finally time to explore the Valley of the Hidden Dinosaur, which hopefully Rosestone will be able to help me really unlock and do. But maybe that'll be his goal. Maybe the whole point is that I can't just rush off into the cold like that, and he could actually help me out with poking all of the different things that we need to do to be able to make this actually happen. So maybe we'll do a little bit of exploring with him and be able to unlock the chain of events that will eventually take me up to the valley just in time for its special updates. So let's go ahead and pick out a name for him. Yeah, we're gonna do this. Ooh, Day Gaze. Oh, it doesn't exactly roll off the tongue very easily. So maybe Days will be like his shorthand name, but Day Gaze seems to fit him so perfectly. We're gonna go ahead and accept that and then meet him over in our stable. And here he is, a new member of the family. Oh my gosh, Day Gaze. Welcome. Oh, already I just feel good. I feel like he is a wonderful and reliable horse who I can really lean on when I need to be able to travel up into that snowy land. I am not a big fan of cold and icy areas, so I think he is definitely going to get me prepared for everything. But let's actually come over, and to welcome him into the stable, try out one of the brand new features that just got added in too. So we have brought Dig over to the new washing stall. Plenty of room. I could probably bathe an entire herd of my horses in here. Did you see his little nose flicker? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm very happy. Look at how handsome he is. And he's so small compared to some of my other horses. Like my Magic Jorvik horses are so much bigger than him, but he definitely seems sturdy. Oh, this was the right pick. This was definitely the right decision for me. I just can already tell there's going to be a good bond between us. But all right, let's go ahead and you can come over and actually wash them. Look at that. I love how much more interactive this is, and I love how it brings to life. Oh, look at all the bubbles. That is so cute. What a fun way to be able to welcome him into the group. That is so adorable. Look at all the fur go wild. Oh, this is great. This is absolutely great. I really love this. And then got to get the other side too. Oh, that is so cool. But I love that we were able to take care of him like that. And I love that there are now more things that we can do in our My Stable that will actually satisfy a lot of his maintenance needs. So I think it'll replace actually having to like groom your horse with the hoof pick, if I remember correctly. He was already happy, so didn't really matter to Daygaze today. Gosh, and I think Days will be his normal nickname, but he is truly such a handsome horse. Let's see if I can grab some. Oh dear. Well, you know what, it's probably going to take me a while to pick out some good saddle care for him because I have such a mess in here. But you know, I've been thinking, guys, I definitely need to finally do that live stream I have been talking about for Star Stable. So let me know, like, if you're really interested in that, could you like leave me a like or a comment or something so that I have some way of seeing if people are interested? Because I could definitely clean out my closet for sure, and it might be really fun to be able to do some sort of leveling with some of my horses, because that would be really nice. Oh my gosh, am I just like out? Huh. Here's the Fir Grove saddle. I might just be like playing out of easy, quick saddles to toss. Ooh, a guard saddle. That sounds really good for him. He definitely seems like more of a protective guardian horse to me. Not a mummy saddle, probably. Let's go ahead and give him the guard saddle just for now, because he doesn't have anything else. And then let's give him, okay, those are a lot of my Halloween stuff. See, we need to be able to sort everything so that I know what I have available, sort it by the seasons. So if you think that'd be fun to do like a really cool just stream where we can sort things and talk about all of the, let's do the brown fur saddlebag, because that's, oh, that looks so warm. Wow, we actually have some really good gear. And let's do the brown hurricane bridle. Yeah, I think that'll be a good one to go with him, because I would love to do that if it's something that you guys are interested in. So just let me know if you are. And do I have an extra blanket that might be good for him? Probably not. All of my neutral colored blankets are kind of used up at the moment. This is the purple adventurer's pad. I don't really think he's into it. Not the stylish red one either. We need to find something nice and warm. I think that would be like the #1 thing that he would insist on, is that I need to get something nice and warm if we are going to be able to go out and if we're going to adventure into the snowy areas. So yeah, let me know, leave some likes or comments so that I know you guys are interested in being able to just spend some time, relax downtime, sorting everything, leveling, maybe doing a little bit of the reputation grinding that doesn't have to do with missing out on the big main story quest. I think it'd be a little bit busy, but it would totally be worth it. And I just love Days. He is so cool looking. And now that we actually have him brushed, now that we have got some basic gear on him, I still need to get him a saddle blanket for sure. And maybe because we would be going to the snows, he would appreciate having some wraps. But now that we've got all those basics down, I think it's time to pick out a good pet for him. Because I happen to have, my friends, many baby seals who have been waiting for this day. They have been waiting forever for the opportunity to have a horse who can take care of a cold, loving animal. These seals are going to be so happy. I think that the first friend we're going to get for him will maybe be this spotty seal. He looks adorable. But there we go. Now we have got him dressed. We have got a companion for him, because it is quite important to be able to share like your friendships with everybody, right? And I feel like I don't want my horses to feel alone. Oh, his mane is really amazing. So he's got a little companion that he gets to hang out with and he gets to know. And there's one more thing that I want to do for all of my horses that I'm going to do with you guys right now. And that's actually roll a dice to decide what is his favorite food. We have so many different foods we can offer our horses, from apples, watermelon, grapes, carrots, oranges, hay, bananas. There's quite a few different things. I think hay is kind of like, hay for horses, pretty common. A lot of the horses will enjoy that, but I would really love to be able to give more personality to all of my horses, which is something you might hear about in some upcoming Star Stable idea videos that I'm working on, just FYI. But I want to add a little bit more personality for myself to all my horses. So I'm now going to go ahead and roll my dice. And we're going to choose, so number 5. So his favorite food is oranges. And now we know that about Days. I love that. So his favorite food is going to be oranges, and he loves the cold. And I should probably pick out some warmer clothes before we go on our adventure. And speaking of our adventure, I might see what the little birdies have to say about what it would take to get to the Valley of the Hidden Dinosaur. And if there's something Days can help me with right now as we prepare to go up into the mountains, then we're going to take him with us on any quest related to that. But otherwise, it is time to jump back on Rosestone, and it is time to get Everpromise out and start working on all of the different things that we have open and waiting for us. And luckily for Rosestone, it looks like there's a lot going on in Yarlahim right now. So I hope you guys are ready. Most likely, if you're interested and we get enough support on the likes and comments on our Star Stable videos, then we're probably going to get ready to launch into a special arc of Star Stable videos where we might do daily videos for a little while to try to catch up on everything so that we're ready for the future really cool updates that are going to be coming. So I'm super excited about that. Like I said, if you could just leave some likes and comments so I know that that's something you're interested in, it'll help me figure out how to make time for maybe a special week of Chasing the Stars, where we can really work away at the quest and we can have some great adventures together. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.